Welcome
to another exciting episode of Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And we are the hosts.
Yes.
And we're going to tell each other some stories. And also, you get to be here. Welcome.
Congratulations.
Now, you are allowed to be here if you can prove that you are not a child.
Yeah.
We're waiting. Prove it.
Mail us a scan of your international passport to prove that you are not a child.
You might have to go and renew your passport, because I know a lot of you have let that lapse after COVID. But you know what? It's worth it. So we'll give you 5 to 7 business days to mail us a renewed copy.
Also, this can be your reminder because my passport is expired and I didn't even realize it. So this is your reminder to check to see if your passport is expired. And if it's almost expired, apply to get a replacement before it expires because it's a much longer process after it expires.
Yeah. I keep mine in my car just in case I ever have to jump in and just go to Europe. That's never happened to me, but like...
What if
I had a Europe-based emergency? I'm ready.
What if you had to go save the president of France?
Macron? I'd save him in a minute! In a heartbeat! Anyway, what if he's not the president anymore? I'm gonna feel pretty silly.
Oh, you dope.
Well, welcome to the podcast. Hi. How did you like the Shakespeare episode? Tell us the truth, but nicely, and only if you liked it.
Yeah, or if you liked any of the episodes, go ahead and leave us a review wherever your podcasts are sold.
Yeah, and if you're like, I would love to give them $7. Guess what? We have such good news for you.
There's a structure in place that allows you to do just that.
You can join our Patreon.
For $7 a month, you can get a whole brand spanking new, squeaky clean, shiny, fresh off the law episode that's only available to our Patreon $7 tier subscribers. So go check that out. If $7 is a little too rich for your blood, check out our $3 tier, which allows you access to our Discord and book club, which I am at fault for ruining.
Nope, I am Listen, we both got very busy, but we are going to eventually have an episode, even if it's just me telling Max what Tam Lin is about. Also, do you want to tell them really quickly what your story was about for the last bonus episode? Because genuinely, I was so excited about that bonus episode.
I told a story about a little ghost boy from Iceland.
Yeah.
And it is a very, very cool ghost story. It's a little bit heartbreaking, and it's also very just cool mechanically.
And scary. It reminded me a little bit of the vibes you get from El Orfanato by Guillermo del Toro. It's his movie. It's in Spanish, and it's fantastic. And it's about basically a little boy who's being haunted, and you have to go through and figure out, like, why is he being haunted? And it's terrifying, but also so sad and also really funny at parts. And so it has, like, just, like, a perfect blend of emotions that you go through. And your story had every single one of those.
Thanks, man.
God, it was good.
Well, your story was also very good.
I talked about a mermaid. Woo!
You bet your ass you did.
Yeah, it was a sexy story about a sexy mermaid stealing a sexy man covered in sexy blood. And you can listen to that on the bonus episodes.
Yeah, so join us on Patreon at the $7 tier and you'll be able to see those. We'd like to see you there.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we got a regular episode for you. Just the same as the bonus episodes, but not bonus. This is just the regular promised episode.
Here it is. So Max is going to go get this. What are you making? It's finished now.
A lemon blueberry walnut coffee cake.
Oh my God, she's going to go get that out of the oven. And then we're going to get started.
Woo woo.
Bye.
Okay, Janey.
Okay, Max.
The story that I have for you today comes from Favorite Folktales from Around the World, edited by Jane Yolen, who is also the collector of strong girls and powerful women, or something like that.
Strong girls and stronger bullets.
What? No, what's it called? Like strong girls, fearsome women, or something like that. It's like a collection of like feminist folktales.
One of mine?
Yeah.
Probably. Mm-hmm. I have so many that have a title just like that.
Fearsome girls.
Stronger bullets.
Beefy women.
Big fat girls who you just want to kiss. I would read that group of fairy tales in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Jane Yolen, the editor of Fat Bottom Girls, They Make the Rockin' World Go Round.
With a preface by Freddie Mercury.
Oh, the dream.
But Jane Yolen has done a bunch of really cool like folklore collections. This is part of the Pantheon World Fairy Tale and Folklore Library, Folktale Library. And I've used this one a couple times before, but the link to the bookshop link for this is in the description for this episode. This story originally comes from Grady Mariani and Other Folktales of the Antilles from Dorothy Sharp Carter, which was published in, I think, the 50s or 60s. And this story comes from Cuba.
Okay.
It's called How El Bizzarón Fooled the Devil.
Ooh. El Bizzarón sounds like the name of a rooster.
Mm-hmm. El Bizzarón is... I couldn't come up with, like, a direct translation of it, but Bizzarro is the same thing as, like, bizarre in English.
Cool.
It's, like, spelled the same way, so I think it's kind of like the crazy man.
How Doctor Strange fooled a wizard. Wait, what was the second part?
The devil.
The devil.
Yeah, so this is How El Bizzarón Fooled the Devil. Oh, this is also ATU type 1640, The Brave Tailor.
Cool.
Yeah.
We've had another Brave Tailor before. No, maybe not, like, exclusive. We've had Brave Tailors in our stories before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hundo P.
Cute.
There was a wanderer named El Bizzarón. He was always wandering around looking for work. And the quote is, he wandered here, he wandered there, but more often there than here. Which I thought was very funny.
Traveled a lot. He had his passport all renewed.
It was up to date and in his glove compartment. Sometimes he would just sit outside of the airport and watch the planes leave.
Just in case somebody called him and said, quick, to Europe.
So he hears that the devil is hiring a servant for his house. And he hears this from just some people that he's passing by. And he's like, ooh, tell me more. And they're like, don't go for that because the last two people who have like taken this position are dead. He killed them.
Yeah, he's the devil.
He's the devil. So don't. They say, I wrote down a bunch of phrases that are in Spanish from this.
Okay.
So that I can show off how bad my Spanish is.
Ooh, exciting.
Pues ten cuidado, which is beware.
Yeah.
Don't fucking go there. But El Bizzarón says, I'm on my way. The devil won't frighten me. Mm-hmm. And he goes and he walks to the devil's house and he knocks on the front door. And the devil opens the door and El Bizzarón says, hello, the devil. Have you work for a strong man? Is there anything I can do? And the devil says, I have enough work for 6 strong men. You didn't happen to bring 5 friends, did you?
This is the start of a porn. Tell me it's not.
It
Hello,
really is.
The devil got any work for a strong boy like me? Can you find 5 friends? I've got a lot of work.
Do you guys have any experience in drywall? I have a lot of holes that need filling.
Did you bring your hammer
And your
rod? I was
with an L.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to be like, did you bring your rod? And I was like, I don't think that's a
They don't
I don't
use
think that's
rods
a tool.
in drywall.
Maybe you better nail something to this wall. I got there. It's fine. Hire me to write your next gay porn. It'll be
You need
so
someone
good.
to mount your TV on the wall. Wait.
You got some cobwebs in your corner. Do you want me to clean them out?
Wait, what's your job again?
I don't know.
So the devil says, I have enough work for 6 strong men. Did you happen to bring 5 friends? And El Bizzarón is like, no. And the devil's like, oh, that was a joke.
He's
You
like,
can come on in.
But I did bring these extra tight overalls with no shirt underneath.
Oh no, these are my after hours overalls. They're just full of condoms. I didn't bring any of my tools.
And there's
except for
no
one.
butt. I'm so stupid. Why
You
did
know
I
what
bring
they
my
say.
buttless overalls?
All work and no play makes El Bizzarón a horny boy.
That is what they say.
So, he lets El Bizzarón in, and El Bizzarón gets settled, and the devil's like, this is where you'll sleep. El Bizzarón lays down in the bed and goes to bed, and he snores all night long.
Right away?
Yeah, and he's like, I'll have work for you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So he wakes up tomorrow morning, and the devil says, all right, time for you to get some work done. First thing I need you to do is go and get me some water. There's like a river over there. Go get me some water. And El Bizzarón is like, great, can I have a pickaxe and a shovel? And the devil is like, I guess. And he gives him a pickaxe and a shovel. And El Bizzarón is like, great. And he walks out to the river. And instead of taking a bucket and like getting water, he starts to dig a canal from the river to the devil's house.
Cool.
And he is also, El Bizzarón is very strong. He isn't quite as strong as 6 strong men, but he is as strong as 3 strong men, which is still pretty strong.
Bizzarón is hot. I approve for him being cast as the lead of this porn.
So he starts to dig like a trench that goes from the water to the giant's house. And
to the giant's house.
Not the giant, the devil. I don't know why.
We've told this story so many times before in so many different iterations.
Yeah. The whole time I was reading this, I kept being like, the giant. No, the devil. So I'm going to do that a couple more times. He's not a giant. He's just the regular devil.
Yeah, just a regular old devil. I said the wizard in the beginning. Like, again, like... I love this.
So he digs this trench all the way up to the devil's house. And he's about halfway there, and he stops and takes a break for some ice-cold lemonade that the devil brings out, I assume.
Ooh.
He's wearing, like, a little, like, checkered apron.
Yes, he is.
And a bikini underneath, I think.
Yeah, just the bikini bottoms.
Ooh. And he's like, you must be working up a sweat out here getting all that water. And he sees that El Bizzarón has dug, like, most of the way from the river to his house. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? I asked you to get me water, not to dig a pit. And El Bizzarón is like, well, you'll see, because once I finish digging this, the water will come straight to your house, and then I can get you water, and I won't even have to go all the way there. This is going to make it... You would even get the water yourself if you wanted to. You don't have to wait on me. Yeah. And the devil's like, this guy is a little bit smart. And I don't like that. He also realizes that El Bizzarón is very, very strong. He's like, this trench, he's only been digging for a couple of hours, and this trench is as deep as a pitchfork, and the devil knows his pitchforks. And that's a line in the story.
Yes, it is.
I think is very cool. And he says, moreover, this man can think. He didn't like that at all. It was such a distasteful thought that he went off home. So the devil's like, all right, fuck you, never mind, don't get me water. And he just goes home. And El Bizzarón is like, okay.
But he finishes the trench.
It doesn't say whether he does. I feel like he does.
I feel like he does,
I feel like he does.
Also, did they discuss pay? What's he getting out of this? Why does he want to work for the devil?
He needed a job.
Oh, and devil's the only one hiring? Ain't that the luck? That's how I got to where I'm working, too.
In the public school system.
Yeah, the devil is the only one hiring.
The next day, the devil tells El Bizzarón, he says, I need you to go to the woods and fetch me some wood for the fire. And El Bizzarón is like, great, can do. Can I have some rope? And the devil's like, you don't want an axe? And El Bizzarón is like, nope, just some rope. And the devil's like, okay. So he gives him a very, very, very long length of rope. And El Bizzarón goes to the mountain where the forest is, and he ties the rope to one of the trees, and then he walks all the way around the forest, and he walks for so long that, like, the soles of his shoes are worn paper thin, because he walks all the way around the outside of this massive forest carrying the rope, so that he's like lassoing the whole forest.
Oh shit.
And then he gets back to where he started and he starts to tie off the rope so that it's like collaring the forest. Oh. And the devil comes and is like, what's taking you so long? And he sees that El Bizzarón has lassoed the forest.
Yeah.
And El Bizzarón is like, oh, I was just like tying these trees down so that they don't fall off when I move the mountain. And the devil's like,
I moved the mountain?
You what? And El Bizzarrón's like, yeah. I mean, you got to make sure that they're like tethered properly or else it's like dangerous. The devil's like, I don't have room for the whole mountain in my backyard. I just needed wood.
Yeah.
And El Bizzarrón's like, oh, well, but this way is faster. And the devil's like, okay, this guy's, first of all, very clever. And also, second of all, super fucking strong. He was just gonna fucking move this mountain.
Okay, but we know that he's not as strong as 5 men. 5 men can't move a mountain.
He's not this strong, but he is very clever. And so he's like, I'm gonna trick the devil into not.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But also, I would be pissed if I was the devil. I was like, I am thirsty and I am cold. I wanted one log for my fire and a glass of water. Now I have a whole
But he's also the devil.
My backyard is flooded and now there's a bunch of rocks falling down on top of my house.
So the devil's like, you know what? Never mind. I don't need wood. I just, get my rope back and we'll just go. And El Bizzarrón's like, okay, whatever you say. So he takes the rope and they go back home. Mm-hmm. The next day, the devil hears about a super cool competition down on the beach.
Oh,
all the guys are going to get together and they're going to get a bunch of metal sticks and see how far they can throw them.
Oh, okay. I was imagining the beach volleyball scene from Top Gun.
That's also what I'm imagining.
Okay, good. I was like, oh, all right, they're going to throw sticks. Men stuff.
Mm-hmm. Boy stuff. All the strongest men are going to go to the beach together and throw sticks and see who can throw the farthest.
Javelin!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know who else is there?
Huh.
Miss Trenchbull from Matilda.
Whoa.
She's a champion shot put and javelin thrower.
Oh.
And she's my hero. And I love her. Okay, go.
And the devil's like, well, what a great time for this competition, because I happen to have just employed into my service this guy who's so strong that, you know, he was about to move a mountain before I stopped him. Not to mention he dug that whole trench in like an hour.
Yeah.
So I am I'm going to put him in and then he'll win and I'll make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So he brings El Bizzarón down to the beach where all the boys are warming up. They all have their metal sticks and they're like... they're like waving them in the air so that they make that really like spooky whooshing sound.
Yeah, that was a really good one. But you just went...
Yep. Yep.
Same.
They're also farting.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
All the dudes are warming up. They're like doing that thing where they hold each other's feet and do sit-ups or whatever. I don't know how
That's cute.
You warm up for that, but they're all getting warmed up.
I'm sorry. The word you're looking for those dudes is fluffer. They're all warming up.
Mm-hmm. 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 They're sword fighting with their penises.
And there's big sticks. Oh, did you bring a big stick for the competition? I got one right here.
You want to use mine?
I'll stop farting when we start filming.
So the devil gets there with El Bizzarón and he's like, all right, go warm up. And El Bizzarón's like, oh, I don't need to. That's fine. The devil's like, what? And he's like, okay, just let me know when it starts. And El Bizzarón just goes and he has his big stick that he brought that he's just like got thrown over his shoulders.
Yeah.
That he's just been carrying for super far because he's super strong.
Yeah.
And so he just goes out onto the beach and he like drops it on the sand and then he like dramatically throws himself backwards and like just lays down in the sun and takes a nap.
And tans.
Yeah. And everyone else is like getting all warmed up and they're like, you can fucking do this, dude.
The Max hitting her own cheeks.
Yeah. And El Bizzarón is just over living his best Jimmy Buffett life.
Yeah.
A couple feet down the beach.
He has a margarita somehow.
Yeah.
There's a parrot on his shoulder and they're like, are these native to Cuba? I can't remember.
And so they finally are all ready to start the competition. Everyone lines up and prepares, and El Bizzarón goes and he waits at his spot in line. And everyone throws their sticks. When it gets to their turn, it finally gets to El Bizzarón's turn, and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to throw this, and he like squints out over the horizon into the water, and he's like, you're going to have to ask those ships out there to move, because if I throw this, I could hit them and sink their ships. Yeah. So can you just tell them to like move out of the way? And these are ships that are like dots on the horizon, and so they're like, well, how are we going to do that? And he's like, I don't know. Can you just tell them? And they're like, they're all the way out there. We would have to go out there. And even then, we can't just tell them to move. And he's like, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's a big risk. Like, I'm going to hit one of them. And they're like, okay, well, then you can't throw sticks. You're disqualified. And El Bizzarón is like, aw, man. And they're like, that guy's fucking scary strong.
Nuts.
He was going to hit those ships with a stick and sink them. To death.
To death.
So everyone else is a little bit disappointed because they really wanted to see this big guy throw stuff.
Yeah.
But the devil's like, God damn it. And he brings El Bizzarón back home. Mm-hmm. And at this point, the devil's like, this guy is strong. And he is like, you know, he's pretty smart. And like, I feel like he's kind of crafty.
And he's handsome, but he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
You know, which makes me love him even more.
I just can't stop thinking about those overall genes.
Where did the ass go? The mystery.
And he's like, I feel like I might be a little bit out of my depth with this guy. Like, I, the devil, might be in trouble if this guy keeps staying in my house.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, El Bizzarón, I was thinking tonight, it's such a nice night, I'm gonna go sleep outside. And El Bizzarón's like, that sounds nice. Like, have fun. And he's like, well, I want to stretch out on top of, like, the barbecue grill that's outside, which is just, like, you know, like, on posts over the ground. And he's like, I want to sleep there. And I was thinking if you wanted to, just to make sure in case I need anything during the night, you could sleep under the grill. And then I could tell you if I needed anything.
Uh-oh.
And El Bizzarón is like, sure, yeah, whatever. So the devil goes and puts on his jammies and he takes 2 big old rocks and he hides them in his clothes.
Where?
Definitely boobs. It definitely looks like he has a bunch of big old knockers.
But I was thinking balls. So just suddenly it looks like he has giant balls. Let us know in the Discord, where do you think the devil hit his rock?
Ass cheeks.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Maybe it's the butt.
It's got to be the butt. So the devil goes and he lays down, he stretches himself out on the grill, and he prepares. He's like, okay, once El Bizzarón is asleep, I'm going to drop these rocks on him and squish him to death, and then I won't have to worry about him anymore.
Classic devil.
So El Bizzarón lays down underneath the grill and soon is asleep. Or is he?
No.
No, he's not. Because he saw how the devil's cheeks were clapping unusually
They were
much.
knocking against each other.
With loud...
Clonk, clonk.
And he's like, I think that the devil might be trying to play a trick on me. So he waits until, like, he hears the devil kind of start snoring, and then he scoots his little bed out from underneath of the grill and hides it over in the corner. And then he goes to sleep himself. And a little while passes, and then he hears the sound of these 2 huge rocks hitting the ground and, like, smashing to pieces. And the devil's like, ha! Gotcha! And El Bizzarón scoots back over to where the grill is and, like, yawns and stretches and is like, oh, I think there are mosquitoes in here. Oh, they're getting me. And the devil's like, what? Mosquitoes? And so the devil thinks that El Bizzarón is so strong that these rocks falling on him felt like nothing but bug bites. And he, like, scrambles off the grill to go look underneath, and El Bizzarón is, like, stretched out on his mat, and he's like, oh, I thought they were mosquitoes, but I'm looking at it, there's all these, like, smashed rocks here. It's almost like some rocks fell on me. How did that happen? And the devil's like, I don't know. That's so crazy. I don't know how that could have happened. Anyways, and he thinks to himself, too dangerous is this ox with a fox's brain.
Ooh.
He's like, either he's incredibly strong or incredibly clever or both.
The Foxy Ox sounds like a bar/coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a gay bar when I'm into it.
Gay bar/coffee shop.
Mm-hmm. That's a thing, probably.
Yeah.
TM!
That's ours!
And so the devil's finally like, I gotta get this guy out of my fucking house because I just hit him with 2 big old boulders, basically, and he thought that they were mosquito bites.
Yeah.
So the devil says to him, oh, also, I want to go back because there's a really cool line. The devil says, he was impressed, disturbed, shaken to his red marrow by the fact that El Bizzarón is not disturbed by these boulders. So the devil's teeth clacked with fright. Speaking between clacks, he declared, fellow, I shall give you a burro loaded with silver if you will leave here. If you leave for a destination far, far away, preferably the moon or farther. So he promises him a donkey laden with silver if he will just get the fuck out of his house.
Yeah.
And El Bizzarrón's like, sure, man, whatever. And so he goes and he gets the donkey, and the devil, like, is shaking, and he, like, starts pouring silver into the saddlebags. He's goddamn terrified.
Good.
And El Bizzarón rides away down the road. The devil goes back home, and he tells his wife what happened.
He has a wife?
Apparently. This is the first time she's mentioned.
Okay.
He tells his wife what happened, and she's like, you idiot. That guy's not that strong. He tricked you. And the devil's like, he didn't trick me. And she's like, you're so dumb. Go after him and get all of our silver back. And our donkey. And, like, beat the shit out of him. I don't know. You stupid idiot.
Yeah.
And the devil's like, all right. And so he goes and he starts down the road after El Bizzarón. El Bizzarón is some ways down the road, and he looks behind him and he sees that the devil is approaching. So very quickly, he takes the burro and he leads it into a field of sugarcane and hides it in there. Then he goes back to the road and he lays down on his back with his feet straight up in the air.
Oh, okay.
And the devil walks up and is like, what's going on here? And El Bizzarón says, it's that stupid donkey. We were going along just fine, and then the donkey stopped and wouldn't keep going, and I kicked it, and I accidentally kicked it too hard, and I kicked it all the way to heaven. And the devil's like, you did what? And El Bizzarrón's like, yeah, all the way to heaven, and I haven't seen him since. I guess he'll have to come down eventually. And the devil's like, okay, but why are you lying on the ground with your feet up? And he's like, Bizzarón says, well, when he comes back down, I don't want him to, like, smash to pieces on the ground, so I'm going to catch him with my feet and break his fall. And the devil's like, this guy's fucking crazy. And he nearly faints, and he runs back home to his wife. And his wife says, did you catch him? And the devil says, should I want to? That guy's fucking crazy. He kicked the donkey to heaven. If I had waited to recover the silver, I might have been booted to heaven as well. And what kind of place is that for the devil?
Yeah!
I'm glad to be rid of him. And that's the end.
I love that. That's so good.
I like it so much.
That reminded me a little bit of a Norse myth of Thor in Jotunheim, where he comes across this friendly giant when he's on his way to Jotunheim with Loki and Chalfie, and he's like, oh, hey, are you guys going to Jotunheim? Well, I live there. I'll go ahead and help you guys out. And here, I'll carry your bags. And then, like, there's a moment where Thor gets so mad at him because he's sleeping and he's carrying all of their food and they can't get their food and Thor is hungry. So Thor's like, wake up! And he, like, takes his hammer and hits him as hard as he can. And the giant goes, oh, I think a leaf just fell on me. Hold on, did a leaf just fall on me? Guys, did you see that leaf? Where did it go? And Thor's like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Like, Thor has a full existential crisis. He's like,
what if I'm not strong?
It's really good. It turns out that spoiler, it turns out that giant was a giant king in disguise using an illusion. And so Thor wasn't actually hitting anything. And he actually made this giant valley. Like, he smashed a whole mountain into a valley. But Thor thought that he had just, like, that he lost his touch.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Why was that called the clever tailor or whatever?
So this is part of the clever tailor archetype, which is the idea of, like, the tailor who outsmarts the devil. Okay. This is something that comes from, or doesn't come from, but occurs a lot in, I've read a couple of Jewish folktales that have this as a component.
Yeah.
Also, like, Eastern Europe has a lot of this kind of story type. A lot of times, he's not a tailor in this one specifically, but a lot of times it's like, oh, a tailor is, like, hired on by the devil, and he outsmarts the devil and gets away with all of his gold. Is, like, basically the tale
okay.
type.
So this is it just follows the same rules. It's just a different profession.
Yeah.
Well, that was delightful.
Yeah. I like it so much.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. It's, like, equal parts a trickster story where he's, like, you know, he can't pull the mountain, but he convinces the devil that he can so that he doesn't have to. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a trickster story, but at the same time, he is massively strong. Yeah,
so he is strong enough to make this at least believable.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Which is very cool.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
Want to take a quick break and I'll tell you mine?
Yeah, do it.
We are streamlining this episode. I'm excited. Which is good because we've done like 2 hour episodes, 2 hours and 30-minute episodes for the past couple ones.
Yeah.
And they've all been this weekend.
God, I'm so tired.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's take a quick break, and then I'll come back with mine. Okay, Max.
Janey.
Max. So I am going to tell you a story from a book. From a book!
I actually saw the title of your story already, so spoilers, it's called Title.
I forgot to write the title in my notes.
Subtitle.
Subject, thank you, learn to read. So,
no.
My story is from this book I got called The Hungry Clothes and Other Jewish Folktales. It's retold by Panina Scram and illustrated by Gianni Decano.
The Hungry Clothes sounds like Deathbed, the bed that eats people.
It does, right?
Mm-hmm,
I like it.
Or Hellevator.
It's a cute little book. Hellevator. It's a cute little book, just full of Jewish folktales. Panina Scram basically is Jewish, grew up and collected all these stories. A lot of them are from like the Talmud. And so there's just like a lot of stories in the Talmud, like just like a lot of fables and stuff like that to kind of teach you the morals and values of Jewish culture, right? And so they picked their favorites and then compiled them and then also got some from around like other people had told them. But these are mostly like childhood stories that Panina Scram was like, these really resonated with me, so I'm going to share them with you. And there's a really sweet intro where they talk about just like the way that we keep cultures and religions and like values and moral structures and stuff like that alive is through storytelling. So this is just how the world works, and I'm happy to do my part for it. And I thought that was really nice. So I'm going to tell you a story today
Ooh.
called A Detour Through Helm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep. By the way, when I tried to search Helm online, I was like, Helm, and it was like, Helm's Deep, and I was like, no, Helm, like the Helmites, and they're like, D&D. It's like, no, Jewish, and they're like, Jewish D&D? I was like, no. Is there specifically a Jewish D&D? I might mispronounce some of this stuff, and I'm very sorry. I'm going to do my best.
And I'm going to be really mad at you if you fuck anything up.
Yeah, so you have the two genders. Doing their best and angry. Okay, so this is the first line. Quote, Helm is a town. No.
Try again.
Quote,
and I'm furious.
I'm already disappointing you. Quote, Helm is known as the town of foolish people. Which sounds rude, but who am I to argue? Assholes. The story admits it's possible they could be wise, but they came into existence in like a pretty insane way, so it's kind of doubtful. This is what happened. There were 2 angels sent by God. Each was carrying a sack full of souls. One of the angels was carrying intelligent souls in their sack, and the other one was carrying stupid fucking souls. And God was like, just like I said, real dummies, a sack full of himbos, if you will.
What a sick burn to be like, instead of, you know, like all the things where it's like, wow, did you fall out of the ugly tree and hit every stick on the way down? It's like, wow, your soul came out of the stupid soul sack.
Did you fall out of the stupid sack?
For stupid souls? Where all the stupid souls are? Is that where you're from?
That angel carrying the stupid souls just dropped you right down, didn't it? No hesitation. So, they were instructed to fly over the earth and spread the souls evenly, like seeds, upon the land, right? God was like, we need kind of both to balance each other out. So they flew off, and at first all was going well, right? They were like, 1 from this sack, 1 from this sack, we're nailing this. 1 from this sack, 1 from this sack, high five, we're a good team. But then the angel carrying the foolish souls flew a little too low because they got distracted by something, and they accidentally went across a mountain peak, and the mountain peak ripped open their sack, and just all of the stupid souls fell out, and they're like floated down towards the earth. And the other angel's like, God damn it, Jerry. Why? So when they were born, they liked it there. They had floated down to a valley, and they were all born, and they're like, this is nice. Wow, what a palace. And they decided to stay. And they called this valley the place of Helm, and they were called the Helmites. So one day, 2 of the Helmites were reading the Talmudic story about how God created the 2 lights in the sky, the sun and the moon. Okay. And at first they were...
I was like, what 2 lights in the sky? I might be one of the stupid souls.
Did you fall out of the stupid sack? At first, they were equal size and brightness, and each threw off fireballs, right? They were just up there causing chaos. And soon, the moon began to grumble and complain to God about how it needed more space. The sun was throwing its fireballs directly into her fucking face. Constantly. Now she's covered in, like, pits and craters, and she's like, I used to be beautiful. I was an actress. Please, it's not fair. And God was like, okay. And he's like, son, are you happy? And the son's like, yeah.
I'm fine, actually.
No notes. The sun's been fucking shooting the moon in the face. Like, what a dick. And so...
I'm also picturing the sun has one of those, like, you know those, like, straws that you, like, in cartoons when they have, like, the chewed up little piece of paper that they shoot through this, bit of fireball.
That's cute. The sun sounds like a real asshole.
Yep.
So
he
God
also has
decided...
sunglasses on, as the sun always
must.
Oh,
yeah, of course, because he's cool.
Yeah. So that he doesn't hurt his eyes in the sun.
Yeah. So God decided to settle the debate by shrinking the moon down and putting it on the other side of the sky so that it could light up the night sky all on its own, right? He's like, you want space? You got space. And she's like, I used to be beautiful. I was an actress. This isn't fair. So after they read this story, one of the Helmites said, like, well, that makes sense that the sun would be kept where it was because it's so much more important than the moon is. So, like, of course it gets, like, seniority. And the other, like, another person stood up and was like, no, the moon is more important. What are you talking about? You are an idiot. You fell out of the stupid sack fastest.
I want us to take either side of this argument and give the dumbest argument that we can have.
Okay, so who do you think is more important? Sun or the moon?
I think the moon is more important because the sun is useless because it's already bright during the day.
You might be a Helmite. Let me tell you. All the...
Wait, no, you didn't present your argument.
Yeah, because I agree. So all the Helmites stood up and began screaming over each other about whether the moon or the sun was more important. And soon a crowd had gathered in the marketplace and each took a side, sun or moon. And they stayed there all day. They didn't go to work. They didn't do their chores. They forgot to eat for a long time. They just argued. They were like, the moon! No, the sun! And so, since no one would concede or compromise, the Helmites agreed that they couldn't go home for dinner. This was too important. So the Helmite women brought bowls of golden chicken soup, which is why I'm making chicken soup right now, because this sounded very good to me. In the middle of the soup were matzo balls and little golden egg yolks called earlek.
Earwax?
Eierlek. I need this soup in my life. Eierlek, by the way, is unlaid egg yolks. Basically, after you kill a chicken, before it has laid the egg, you take that egg out and you take the yolk, and then I think you like brine it in salt or whatever, and that's this eierlek. Sounds delicious.
Why does it have to be...
That's just what it is. Like, it's just, you killed a chicken, like, to eat, and it had eggs inside of it. So you don't waste the eggs, you use them.
Why wouldn't you just use them regular?
Unlike, that's what it is. Oh, you could, but these are specifically the unlaid eggs.
But why?
Because you didn't want to waste them.
But why?
And I think they're sweeter. And they said that these ones are a little bit sweeter than the eggs after they've been laid, and they're creamier. So yeah.
Okay.
It sounds really good. So the sounds of the Helmites eating or slurping loudly sounded, quote, like an orchestra tuning up off key. They're all just like...
What kind of orchestras are they going to?
The ones that's just eating soup. I go to that orchestra often.
The orchestra.
Ew! Max, don't say the orchestra.
Try and stop me.
Wish I could. So suddenly, the slurping was interrupted when someone shouted, "The golden eierlek looked like the sun!" And then someone else threw down their spoon and yelled, "No, it looks like the moon, and you know it!" And then everyone began screaming again, and their soup got cold, and they spilled everywhere, and it was forgotten, and nobody finished their dinner because this was more important. Okay, so months went by. They had not found a solution.
They began to starve to death.
Yep. And it was now the holiday of Simchas Torah. I'm so sorry about how I pronounce everything.
I will never forgive you.
Simchas, I'm going to say. Torah. When the reading of the Torah ends with the death of Moses, and they begin all over again with the creation of the world. By the way, this is a really good way to do it, in order. Catholics just pick random shit. We're just like, today we're going to read this, I guess. So you never have like a through line. There's no like full story that you're following.
Oh, that's annoying.
I
like the idea of it being more like a book club.
Me too.
Where it's like we're all kind of on the same page.
We're on the same page and we're following the same plot.
What's coming so that we can all discuss rather than finding out when we get there. I like that.
Yeah, no, the Catholics are just like, I don't know, close their eyes and point. This one today.
I'm going to tell the parable of how a goat got sold for 5 copper. And the lesson is, sell your goats. I'm the Pope now.
Can we put that on our list as sort of the story rules? 1, never skateboard near a mill pond. That's from the bonus episode. 2, don't marry a murderer. 3, sell your goat. You don't want to hold on to that goat. That's only depreciating in value.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bear market, bull market for goats.
It's a goat market.
It's a goat market.
So the Helmites went to the synagogue to hear this reading and to focus on the beauty of the holiday, right, when they restart this. And someone offhandedly, or maybe pointedly, we don't know, mentioned that the beauty of this holiday was that the Torah, ending with Moses and starting again with the creation story, mirrored the moon's journey around the world. Everything was cyclical, and it was a beautiful thing. And suddenly another Helmite stood up in the synagogue and was like, "You mean it's like the sun?" And then that's all it took. Just fucking hell. All hell breaks out. They're all just fist fighting and like flipping over chairs and shit. And all the Helmites start to scream at each other, and they're shouting, "Sun! Moon! No! Sun! Screw you, Jerry! It's moon!" Okay. So they're having a hard time.
They should do the sneeches. You know?
Where they all go into a sun-moon machine. They come out as the sun and the moon. You can't tell which
I don't know what I was suggesting, honestly.
Finally, the rabbi called for order because they were still reading from the Torah scroll, right? And he's like, we're kind of still in the middle of this. Can you stop screaming about this stupid argument that has nothing to do with what we're talking about? So the Helmites sit down, and they're quiet for a bit. They're like, sorry, Rabbi, sorry. That's our bad. We got a little heated, but we're good now. Okay, we're friends now, it's fine. And everything goes well at first. But then the rabbi read the line, on the fourth day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. And suddenly just a bunch of chairs are tipped over. And I'm like, fuck you!
Teeth flying everywhere.
The rabbi's like, what's happening? They're all just throttling each other. And so no one even cared about the stars or days 5 through 7. Like they were just stuck on the same debate for months. And so finally, the wise elders among the Helmites, I guess they do have some intelligent souls, or they had to pick the wisest of the stupid people.
Or some smart people were like, oh, I gotta help these guys.
They need a babysitter. They decided to have everyone vote on which was more important, the sun or the moon. It was an anonymous vote, and the winner would be the winner once and for all. They're like, this is how we're gonna solve this. So the day after the holiday, the Helmites voted. It took a long time to count the votes because everyone had to take a turn counting. Apparently that was the fairest one. So everybody in the town's like, 1, 2, and they're like, what are you counting? The yeses are the moon or the sun? And they're like, oh, I was just counting the paper. Okay, hold on. 2, 1. So finally, they were ready to announce the results, and it was decided. The moon was more important. Why? Because in the daytime, there is light, so the sun is useless.
Oh no, I stole the punchline! I'm too good at being an idiot.
But in the nighttime, it's dark, and the moon is the only light there, so obviously it's more important. And this story ends with this quote. Quote, now, if you understand the logic, then maybe, just maybe, you too are a Helmite.
Woo! I'm an idiot! Really nice to have conclusive proof.
Yeah, no, that was it. This was a personality test for you. This book is so fucking cute. Like, just all of the stories, they're very sweet. If you are interested in specifically Jewish folktales, these are very sweet, and they're good for children. They're easy to understand, and they have beautiful illustrations. I do, since that was very fast, I do want to go through one more little one that I read.
Ooh.
Because I like it. I like the theme of this. And it's called The Boy Who Prayed with the Alphabet. So I'm going to tell you it first, and then I'm going to tell you why. So there was this little boy, right? What are you reading? You were just she opened a book and started reading a book.
Sorry, I was trying to look really quickly, because I think that story is in the book that I used this week, and I think I looked at it and was like, nah.
Helm, the Detour at Helm?
Uh-huh. The Battle of Helm's Deep. Maybe not. I thought I saw it earlier today.
Probably did.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it now. It was in the other one that I looked at. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just an idiot.
And proud.
And proud.
And you have a community. So, The Boy Who Prayed the Alphabet is a story that I was like, this is really sweet, but it's very short. So I'll tell it because we're only at 45 minutes. So basically, there once was a little boy, and he was the son of like a farmer, and they were super, super poor and uneducated. They had no schooling. None of them could read in the whole family, right? And so they would go to the synagogue, on Saturdays, I guess. Right? The Sabbath, you go to the synagogue on Saturdays?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. We are woefully ignorant on Jewish customs, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I was raised Catholic. I'm a lapsed Catholic. So...
And then I'm an ally. I'm a prolapse Catholic.
Ew. Should that be
No, it shouldn't be, and I hate that I said it.
I'm gonna make a sticker that just says prolapsed Catholic. My mom's gonna be mad at me. Okay, so basically, this little boy and his family, they would go to synagogue and they would sit in like a specific section for uneducated people. And the educated people that could read from like the Torah and stuff like that would sit in the front. And so they were always just like kind of outcast with like the rest of the poor people that couldn't read. And this little boy loved it though. Like he loved going to the synagogue. Like he was just like, he just drank in every word. He loved God. He was like, this is the best. He loved the songs. He liked everything. But he didn't know them because he couldn't read them. Right? And so he would stay in the field, and the only thing he knew when he was out working, because he has like a full-time job, it's like a 6-year-old, the only thing that he knew was the alphabet, is the Hebrew alphabet, which I think they call the alphabet. And so his mom had taught him this alphabet, right? And so he would just sing the Hebrew alphabet to himself. And he was like, and he would sing it like a prayer. He was like, this is it. Like, this is my prayer to God. And it would just be the alphabet. But he would do it really thinking about how much he loved God. And he was like, this fits. Like, this is my prayer. This works. Which is just cute. It's just like a little kid singing like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but also thinking, really I love God and it is great. He loves this song and bless my family. So he goes to the synagogue one day, and he's sitting in the back, and he's listening to all the music, and he's just like, this is so good. And so he starts singing along, and he starts singing this alphabet, right? And starts out a little bit quiet, but then he's like getting soulful, getting into it, and his dad's like, shut up, stop it. And so he gets kind of quiet again, and he's listening, and then he starts to sing the alphabet again. He's like, okay. And the only thing I have for this is the English alphabet, just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And the dad's like, shut up, stop it. You're going to get us kicked out of the synagogue. You need to stop. And the kid's like, okay, sorry. He gets quiet again. And then he's just like overwhelmed with how much he loves God. Oh. And so he jumps up and darts away from his dad before his dad can grab him. And he's like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just runs up to the front of the fucking synagogue. And the dad's like, no. And he runs up to the front and he throws himself down and he says, God, I can't read, but I know the alphabet and I love you so much. So can you please turn the alphabet into the words that I'm trying to say to you? And then he starts to sing it really loudly. And everyone in the church is like, whoa. Everyone in the synagogue is like really moved by this. And so they all start singing it with him. And that becomes their little alphabet prayer. Aww. And so the point of this is that in Jewish, hold on, I'm going to actually read this because I thought this was really, there's so much about just the Jewish faith. Like there's so much about it that, like, one of their big lessons is that it's good to be questioning, you should be questioning. You should be doubting things. Like, you should not just accept things blindly. And so, like, if they say, like, if a rabbi goes up and says, like, this is the stuff, you're allowed to be like, that doesn't sound right. And they're like, cool, let's debate it. That is the stuff. Yeah. And so they're like, we can debate it. Let's do it. Because that's part of being Jewish, And so I think that's really fucking cool. Because it's the opposite of how I think most Christians are raised. Yes. But this one, there's little explanations before each story of, like, why he chose it or, like, what it means. And so at this one, it says, the idea of an innocent or unlearned boy praying to God in his own words is especially popular in Jewish folktales. This story about one such boy reminds us of the Hasidic belief that praying from the heart is more acceptable to God than simply reciting a memorized prayer. So it's like, it does not matter what you are saying. There's no right way to do it. If you are saying what is in your heart, then it counts, and it counts more.
That's nice.
Isn't that? And I thought that was a very sweet little tale.
Yeah. Especially because I know there are certain sects of Christianity where it's like you can only, like, confess and you can only put forward prayers, like, through your priests or your, like, you have to, like, it doesn't count if it's not in the presence, like, in a church or whatever.
Okay, so this was something that my grandmother, extremely Catholic, right? Like, just the most Catholic. I'm very, very Filipino Catholic, so I say it's Filipino magic Catholic, right? Like, they survived wars and living out on mountains and, like, malaria and all the Japanese invading, just, like, so much stuff. And was still just extremely, like, strong in her faith. But she didn't go to church all the time. She didn't grow up being able to just go to church all the time. Like, she grew up in a lot of turmoil, but she still loved her church, but it wasn't like a regular thing. And so she just never accepted the fact that if you don't go to church, because in the Catholic religion, if you miss church, you have to go to confession and you have to do that before you get the Eucharist. If you don't go to confession beforehand and confess, I miss church, you can't have the body of Christ. And my grandmother was like, that just can't be true. And so, like, that just wasn't her thing. And that makes a lot of people mad. But also, I was like, how are you going to argue with a 90-year-old woman who survived so much and who has the most faith out of anybody in the whole world, and the most love for her religion out of, like, anybody? You just don't. And I had a friend named Beth when I was in the conservatory who her father was a pastor, and her father used to say, being in a garage does not make you a car. Being in church does not make you a Christian.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And he was like, just because you're standing in a garage does not mean that you are a car. And I was like, that's great. I like that. I just, taking the pressure off, which I think would make a lot of people kind of uncomfortable because that is not what, you know, most churches, Catholic religion teaches. But I like that a lot more. You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
So
I do too.
The Hungry Clothes and Other Jewish Folktales. It's a really good little look.
Deathbed.
It's not called Deathbed, the bed of death.
The bed that eats people.
The bed that eats people. It's not that. It's The Hungry Clothes and Other Jewish Folktales.
The hungry bed of death. That eats people.
I recommend it. It's a sweet little book. So that's
yeah.
And I'll put a picture of it. It's also beautifully illustrated, and it's just like a little one. It's easy.
Very, very pretty. I like that owl.
It is an owl. And the man
who's
just like looks like he's trying to ignore this owl.
The owl looks like it's trying to ignore him.
Yeah, they look awkward. They're like, oh, that's my ex. Let's just pass by each other and pretend like this isn't happening.
In a super normal way. It's not going to be weird. It's not going to be weird. And everyone's like, hey, what's going on? You're being really weird.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, this is a shorter episode.
A little baby.
But you know what? Again, if you want a longer episode, go back and listen to the 2.5 hours. That was the Shakespeare episode. And we have a really fucking long bonus episode.
Was it really long?
I think it's pretty long, right?
It was like an hour and a half, right?
I don't know.
I
guess you'll have to listen to find out. $7 on Patreon.
Give us money!
Thank you so much for listening, guys. Rate and review us where you listen to podcasts. It means a lot to us. And we're at 59 reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Wow, only 10 more until we have the optimal number of reviews.
We need 10 people to review immediately so that we can be at 69 and then no one else is allowed to review.
We will block, report, and delete any reviews over 69.
That's how we get kicked off of Apple Podcasts. They're like, dumb,
worth it.
Dumb. So do that. If you want to check out these books, they are both listed on our bookshop.org affiliate account. That is in the show notes for this episode. We have a website, sortofthestory.com, and that is just where we put all of our sources and our stories, where you can find them, that links to the episodes. They're sorted in a bunch of different ways so that you can kind of pick and choose what you want to listen to that day. And also all of our contacts are there. And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the good ones.
Come hang out with us.
Yeah, and with all the business done, I think it's time to say goodbye. And Max is going to sing it.
Goodbye, my friends. It was nice to hang out with you and tell a story. This is the theme song we've always had.
You sound beautiful.
Thank
Your
you.
voice is crystal clear
Thank
today.
you. Oh my God.
I don't know. I've never said Max is going to sing out the intro, and you were already starting to sing. Like, that was a group mind that I appreciated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you liked her song, give her $7.
Or if you didn't like my song, give me $7 and maybe I'll stop.
Maybe.
No
Big
promises.
Maybe. Okay, and we will see you next week with a whole new set of stories.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Testing.
This is an audio recording.
For what?
The National Weather Service.
Oh, what kind of weather are we going to have?
This is a test of the National Weather Service emergency line.
Okay, what's 16 times 32 National Weather Service emergency line?
We're meteorologists, not mathematicians.
Okay, what's 16 times 100 tornadoes?
1,600 tornadoes.
You pass!
Thank you.
And it goes dee, and the radio comes back on, and it cuts to two teenagers making out on Lover's Lane, staring at the radio. Like, what the fuck was
Do you hear
that?
what they just said? We're in danger. The National Weather Service knows math now.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared, baby.
Should we write a movie?